When stuff gets that chaotic, the only thing that you can do is roll with it.
Mm-hmm. That being said, folks, we are now moving into our map draft. Starting things off, Momentary, first pick. They got rid of Hollywood. Not really a map that we see get banned this early on. Both Hollywood and Lijiang, both very popular maps, have been banned out first. So very interesting, start to our map drafts here.
Yeah, Hollywood first banned from Momentary. Like I said, that's sort of one of our staple maps. Like if you can't get to Kings Row, you go to Hollywood. Our RBG banning out Eichenwald first, and then Lijiang Tower. They don't want to deal with that anymore. They had a really good first map, but then after that, it was sort of steamroll in favor of Tau. Watchpoint Gibraltar getting out, not super surprised there. Ilios by this getting rid of all of the problematic maps. Although, and I don't expect them to make it very far. None of the 2CP maps have been banned.
That being said, it does look like we do need to restart the draft. I guess there was an issue that happened. Sometimes OW draft doesn't always work out too well, especially now that we've seen a new map like Oasis get added. It kind of messes with the website sometimes. So we should be getting a new draft started any minute now. But that being said, if we still see similar bans, if we're seeing maps like Hollywood and Lijiang go out early, maybe it can open it up for some maps that we haven't seen, maps we don't see typically, to come into the finals. I mean, we got Oasis in the semis, and we haven't seen that. So I'm hoping that we see something a little less usual in our finals today.
Yeah, and I really think Tau is going to want to keep at least a King of the Hill map there. So, and I was clearly misspeaking earlier when we were saying RBG was still in the match. But I really think Tau is going to favor at least one King of the Hill map. And with the games that we've seen so far and what we know about how players draft maps, it's either going to be Lijiang Tower or maybe even Oasis. That was not Tau's map to pick. That was RBG that actually drafted Oasis. So maybe because of their own performance on there, they were like, yeah, you know what? We could pick it again. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to play so strong on both these King of the Hill maps. It would be a surprise to me to not see one of them try to push at least one of them into the finals here. So this map draft should be starting in just a little bit. And I just want to let you guys know, if you're watching this tournament and you're thinking, this seems like a lot of fun, how do I get involved in this? Please check out our Discord. Just go on to, you can actually type ! Discord in our chat, and it should bring up a link with an invite. We got 14,000 people on this Discord server, guys. So many people, 15 now, I guess. So many people playing Overwatch that if you're like me and you get up, you want to play some Overwatch, not all of your friends are online, you want to find a group of 6, it's so easy to go into our Discord group, find a group of 6, go in to play some comp, and that you're going to be playing with people who are like-minded, who have microphones, and are usually pretty good at the game.
Yeah, definitely have a massive group of people. You can find whoever you want to play with at whatever time of the day. Just a great place to be. A lot of conversation going on as well if you just want to chill and hang out with a very good chunk of the Overwatch community.
That's right. And if you don't have a team of 6, if you wanted to participate in these, tournaments, but you don't have a team of 6, check out every Friday. We have the Minutemen tournament, which is an open tournament for on our North America servers for Overwatch. It's an open tournament where you can show up. You don't need a team. You just show up, tell them what role you want to play, and we'll put you on. We have bots that'll put you on a team based on that. Also, if you are in Europe, we are now starting to have the EU Minutemen come up again. That's going to be every Saturday. So make sure to come on to every other Saturday. Make sure to come on to our Discord page, and you can get all the information about that and figure out, when to play.
Yeah, and Minuteman is a pretty wild event sometimes. I remember playing in the very first one where nobody really had a whole lot of idea of what's going on or what to expect from it. And you'd be surprised at some of the coordination that entirely random teams can get, especially when it comes to looking at stuff like, where you think MMR might have a heavier effect on teams where, oh, this team has a couple of 4Ks and this team only has, between 3 and 3.5K. And then, it's about how you jive with your pub players. And that's exactly. Definitely, that's definitely something that is very interesting to see how well people do. We are in the
Absolutely.
map draft now though,
Yeah.
proper map draft. Dorado has been taken out first, followed by Hollywood, Eichenwald, Watchpoint, and then Volskaya. Route 66 hanging on to 2 of the 2 CP maps. I'd imagine they go out about this round. All of our King of the Hill maps, though, are definitely still in the pot.
Now, I thought that it might have been, in our previous draft that we had, there was a bit of some issues with it. So I thought that maybe that the issue was Hollywood got banned first when they tried to ban something else. And no, that's not the case. Momentary is getting rid of Hollywood, and they're saying we do not want to play on this map in the finals, which is a map that we typically do see a lot in these best of 3 rounds. So interesting to see that go. That being said, we're also seeing Temple, Hanamura, and Nubani get kicked out, as well as there goes Oasis. So we're down to Kings Row, Nepal, Lijiang, and Ilios. We're looking at a King of the
Yeah.
Hill heavy finals here, which I think is very interesting because that might be playing into Tao's favor.
Yeah, I agree. Nepal getting banned out. That's interesting. Nepal getting banned out instead of Ilios. So we will be playing Ilios. That is not a map that I've ever seen play in the league right now, or any of our previous opens.
It has
That
been a
will be
long time.
that will be our third map. So our first 2 maps are going to be Kings Row and Lijiang Tower. We'll figure out which one. I imagine Ilios will be used as the tiebreaker. That's a very contentious tiebreaker map. I imagine it'll be used as a tiebreaker map because it was picked, or because it was banned third to last. I know what I'm talking
correct.
about.
Yeah. It is going to be our tiebreaker, which I think is going to be it's very interesting because in these finals, it's easy to say that, oh, we should, just pick the maps you're most comfortable with. That's what you should be playing. But I almost feel like Kings Row should have maybe been the third map. It's kind of interesting that, you want to play these comfortable maps, but at the same time, if you're getting dragged into a map like Ilios, which a lot of these teams I don't think play on as much as the other maps, it could definitely lead to a very tense situation.
Yeah, and I sort of agree with them not wanting to play 2 King of the Hill maps in a row, especially when it comes to the last 2 maps. That is King of the Hill is ultimately an extremely long game mode. Yes, they could go to map. Yes, the minimum amount that you could have is 3 rounds in there, and yeah, if you one cap the point, that's only 120 seconds. 120 seconds, yeah, to actually win the map. But that's not the way that things work out. We've had 99 to 99s. We've had recaps all King of the Hill for every King of the Hill that we've seen. So to have King's Row in there sort of as a mental break for the teams to go, all right, let's put aside all of our really heavy mechanical skills and let's just focus on the strategy of the team, is a nice flow break, I think, for both sides. We are heading into the game now, though. We are playing on Lijiang Tower first. The Night Market is going to be our first map, and we are going to hand it over to Wari and Matrim, our awesome casters for the day. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, nerds and neckbeards, I am Wari, and I am joined here by Matrim, and we are your soft lock casters for the Cow Open League here, and we are here in our grand finals. I want to make sure that everyone knows that you can follow all of the action on Twitch. Obviously, you guys are watching on Twitch, but you can follow all of the teams. You can follow Softlock, you can follow Cow League, you can follow myself and Matrim all on Twitter. You can find out all of our Twitters on the stream. You can also find all the teams listed, and it's a great way to go. Matrim, how you doing?
Yes. Oh, I'm doing good, man. After that Oasis in-game, I'm just excited for some more King of the Hill. And we're moving in with 2 seconds left. Everybody make sure you give these teams and all of the casters and all, like, Cow League itself, all of the follows. Remember, everybody is just now getting started, so all the support kicks in. Again, Matrino is still open, and here we go. We're starting to get that little bit of pushback. Everybody's trying to break down this shield from Jake.
So, for those of you guys wondering, it is going to be Evil Toaster and the rest of Tau are in the blue, coming up against Momentary in the red. Jake getting the opening kill on Zod, and then Smez coming in again with a kill on Evil Toaster. So right now it is going to be Momentary that is going to be pushing on to the point. Smez getting another kill on the Ham Sword, and they are going to be able to take this one. They are up in numbers right now, and they're going to slowly get this. Plasma Snake getting a great sleep on the barcode, and then Mars being able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and we see Evil Toaster instantly switches off the Winston back over the Reinhardt. It's the same thing, the same strategy they went with last time at this point, but you remember that didn't work too well for them, as they just managed to give over so much ult charge and so much advantage off the get-go. I like the fact that we're seeing Tao trying to take a different path into this. They understand the fact that Momentary is really defended up right now, and oh, that's a big hook from Zod. He has just been going crazy today.
Yeah, and he picks up the kill on the Dante. Hero finalizes it with a beautiful healing grenade before Dante can get a shield up. Evil Toaster going charging in and then getting himself nano boosted as he's going to try to get up a kill. He gets a kill on the Jake right after he earth shatters. So Jake using his ult, but unfortunately it is going to be to no avail as the rest of his team is trying to stay alive on the point, but Hamsword, Zod, and Barcode are not making it easy.
Yeah, and that was just a very decisive win from the Team Tao. Momentary just needs to regroup, realize the fact that they have 45%. They managed to get a huge amount of percent off the get-go there. So it's just a matter of letting everybody spawn, don't get too aggressive, don't show your play, don't show your passing yet. It looks like they're kind of moving in, and they're looking at some tricksy maneuvering of their own as they're going to come all the way around the backside and come into them trying, and not taking the back path, but just coming through like the shopping district there.
Evil Toaster getting himself an Earth Shatter, and he gets a kill on the Dante. That's a good start here. Pulse Bomb coming out from Barcode, not picking up anyone, but Pulsus and Evil Toaster and Zod are doing a good job of cleaning it up regardless, as they are continuously pushing the point and holding on to this one. They're about to equalize it really, really shortly, as it's now 45% to 35% and counting up for Team Aurora, aka Team Tao.
And Zod is still being the menace that he was last game. Again, it's going to come down to plasma stake. Somebody has to get that bio grenade onto him. Stop the healing, because the supports are focusing so much on keeping Zod alive since he's playing so many plays. And we see the fact that we're seeing all the teams sneak around from the backside. Momentary is trying to come in and push through this point, but it's really, really dangerous. It's like Boop Central on that location. Somebody actually does manage to get Boop back, but it was just a Tracer who managed to come back using the recall. Everybody's still forcing through, and you can see the fact that Momentary is like, no, we don't like this fight. We're going to reposition, come back, try to find different paths. But Tao is right on top of them, not letting them come in from the other side either.
Dante is being completely shut down here by Zod. I don't think he's got an opportunity yet to get in there and do anything. He's just being taken down hook after hook. Here come the ultimates. Jake getting himself nano boosted. Graviton Surge coming down from Hamsword to try to counter out. Zod also getting himself nano boosted as he's whole hogging, but Jake cancels it out. Barcode picking up a kill, and Mars and Dell finally cleaning it up, and it looks like this may flip in favor now for Momentary. Interesting fun fact for you guys listening. Dante holds a record for the highest SR in the Cal Open. He's got a 46-56 summoner skill rating right now. And on the team's SR, Tao has 40-41 and Momentary has 41-87. So it's still very close.
Yeah, and you can see the fact that they're playing like it. We're moving into a 91% into a 65%. And Tao's really got a backdoor, managed to sweep back in. There was a charge coming out, but didn't manage to pick up anybody, but Mars and Jake are just going crazy. Mars is picking up 2 kills, and Hero just decides the fact that this is over, jumping off, don't want to continue the fight. That's trying to keep all of their deaths as close as they can, don't want to stagger those out. Barcode manages to make it back. That was just a good understanding of going, hey, we've lost this fight, everybody back out, regroup. Unfortunately, the last person to die was Evil Toaster, so all of Tao has to wait for them to come back in. And this is going to be the last fight of this round. We're looking at 92% to 91%. Whoever wins this is going to get the point.
Evil Toaster whiffing a little bit of that Earth Shatter, but Barcode making up for it by getting a Pulse Bomb kill onto Jake. Dante gets taken down by Hamsword. Smez gets 2 kills, one on the Zod, one on the Barcode. The carries for Tao right now, and a whole lot coming out of that. Evil Toaster getting himself nano boosted, swinging the hammer, picking up 2 kills right now. Smez and Plasma Snake are falling. It's 99%. Hammer down, coming in from Jake. Hammers really, really well, and he's going to be able to pick up 2 kills with the help of Mars. Dante switching on to the Soldier, getting a kill with the Rockets on the Hero. Evil Toaster falling to Mars. It's now Barcode and getting the kill on the Dante. Mars is the only one left, and now it's going to be the time that Tao is going to be able to flip this back in their favor, 99% to 93%. They need to hold on and get their team back because, look, Jake and Smez and Plasma Snake are coming around for the push.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of what they can do, but they just walk right into a big Graviton Surge, and there is so much death coming out. Zod and Evil Toaster picking up the kills. Plasma Snake managed to pick one up, but everybody is having to push into all of these big, huge, tanky bodies just to get onto the point, and it's just not working out. Dante's coming in the background, managing to pick up tons of kills. Look at this damage that he is pushing out. Managed to finally pick up, get all the supports off of this. This might be what they need. Evil Toaster is still alive, trying to live through this nano boosted Tracer that is just doing so much damage, but unfortunately we're still seeing Pulsis is still alive, still contesting this. This is coming down to a support battle, but I don't think that he's going to manage to do it. It's just, can he keep stalling? Can he get everybody back in? Gave enough time for Zod to come back in, but he switched off of the Roadhog and is now on the Diva. That's going to be everybody getting cleaned up off of the point. Oh, nope, I take that back. Now that's going to be everybody getting cleaned up the point. Point's going to flip over. We're at 99%. It's going to burn down too fast, and that is going to go for Momentary. 99% to 99% with a crazy long overtime fight. Jeez.
Oh my god. And Tao switching on to all the stall characters they can. They pull out the Sombra, they pull out the Diva, they pull out a Winston, trying to get back to that point to just keep that alive. But what an amazing turn of events as Momentary just basically two-manned the rest of that point down. Dante and Mars coming in and cleaning up at the very, very end there, and then being able to flip it over in their favor once the rest of their team rejoined them. That was last map. They're going to start it off strong here in the first map of best of threes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lijiang Tower. We've got Lijiang Tower, King's Row, and then Ilios if it goes to the tiebreaker. But we're now in the Garden, so let's see what's going to happen as we see Mars coming out on the Pharaoh.
Yep, let's see if he manages getting any sneaky boops. Most teams are pretty aware of it, but he has the line. Good shot, and he does manage to pick up Evil Toaster. That's going to be huge. Losing the Reinhardt out the get-go is just going to give Momentary a free pass into this point once it becomes active in the next 15 seconds. Sure, he's going to spawn by that time, but he's not going to be able to get back in. And you can see that most of Tao understands this. They're retreating back out. Evil Toaster's finally making it back over the bridge with 5 seconds left on. Almost gets booped off again. And oh my god, look at that Lucio boop managing to pick up 2. Dell coming in with a hero play, and this is going to be Momentary's point. It's just a matter of how much Tao wants to contest this one. At this point, Barcode's just coming in. He's getting a little bit of harass down. He just needs to make it out before all of this team decides to walk in and murder him.
Just doing his job to try to build up his ultimate. He's got 95%, which means most likely for the next team fight, he will have himself a pulse bomb. But will they be able to combo? Because they don't have a Graviton Surge. He's going to have to use it to try to open up this fight. Or maybe we'll see Zod get a pick. Them two combination together have been really good, but look at this! Plasma Snake and Mars are going to pick off Barcode and Hero to start that fight off. This is going to be another team fight that's just going to go straight in favor of Momentary, as they are momentarily leading right now with 6 versus 5.
Bad pun is bad, but I still like it anyway. You can see the fact that Tao's actually in a little bit of a pickle over here. They're kind of trapped in this corner, and they couldn't do anything because they were waiting for their spawns to come back in. And that's handed also 42% off of these crazy picks that they're getting. Evil Toaster's finally getting on the point, trying to bully his way in, getting a charge. Plasma Snake manages to pick the kill off of him, but that's going to be an early Reinhardt coming down. And look at this, Mars just manages to pick up somebody just focusing down Hamsword, and that's going to force all of Tao to kind of retreat. I don't know if they want to go in. Zod has not been dying very much in these games, that's true, but I don't know if he wants to walk into all of these people, and he's just getting chased down.
That's the stagger that they needed, so now they're going to have to regroup and see if RBG can make something happen. Plasma Snake standing over by the bridge, just laying down a little bit of damage, maybe getting an early sleep off, as look at Dante. I think Dante is trying to bait out a really fun Graviton Surge right now as he's over here by the bridge, but, you know, RBG is not taking the bait. Even not RBG, it's Tao. Tao's not taking the bait as they all get bio-grenaded there into the white room. This is a dangerous fight for them.
Yeah, but the bio grenade is going to be down now, because remember, it has a long cooldown. This is the moment for Tao to go in, but they get hit in a huge Graviton Surge, and nano boosted. Reinhardt is just swinging. Jake is picking up so many kills. Pulsis is just trying to run for his life, but you just cannot get away from him. And that was just a massacre in the white room over there for a win on that point.
Jake
and Dante's
gets nano boosted. Jake gets nano boosted and goes, "Where are the nails? Because here comes the hammer." He just swings it away and basically kills everyone in that Graviton Surge. Well done.
Oh, and that is going to be 2 points going over to Momentary to start this off. The pressure's really coming into Tao. So far, they showed that they were great on these King of the Hill maps, and come on, we're not seeing Oasis. If we go into a best of, we're going to go all the way through this best of 3. Naturally, we're going to see King's Row next, but after that, we're going to see Ilios, which is a very peculiar King of the Hill map. And it looks like Evil Toaster's given a glance at this Winston again, and I don't know if I've liked this. I don't think that this has worked out once well for them.
Ready for duty.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting pick, but we do see Zod switching over off of the Hog, and he's now on Genji. So we're going to see how his Genji is. He's been really dominant on the Hog, getting picks, but he's been a little lackluster in his last performance on Lee Zhang Tower against Momentary. So Evil Toaster are going to try to switch it up. They're going to try to go for a more dive comp. Barcode coming around behind, trying to get some damage down, and Zod just standing kind of in the back, not really diving too much. No kills open yet, but Dante and the rest of his team are now pushing in. Jake on the point, swinging that hammer, trying to do as much damage as he can, and it is going to be Hamsor that takes the opening kill on the Plasma Snake.
Yeah, and you can see that it's all momentary. They're all trying to regroup, figure out what they want to do next. It's going to come down to how much can Dante and Smevs do on this point. Smevs is doing a great job of staying survive, but misses the hook. Hamsword and Barcode are just going crazy right now on the momentary, and this is what they needed coming into this. They were at 0-2 right now. They needed this first cap to go in their favor, to give them the momentum to push it back in their favor. And you're going to see all of momentary just back up, regroup, catch their breath, figure out how they want to approach in here. But this is a great start from Cal to keep them into this game, because remember, this is a best of 5. If Momentary gets this, that gives them this first point in best of 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure Momentary knew how to deal with all of that dive. Zod is going to come out with the Dragon Blade, picking up a kill onto Dante, and still swinging away, trying to get another kill, and then it's going to be Jake that picks up one onto Hero, but Barcode trades it back on the Plasma Snake. So both are down for both teams, and Smez finally taking down Zod. Hamsword trying to do his best to keep his team alive with those beautiful shields and pulses on the point. Smez getting a kill onto Evil Toaster, but now it's Barcode to try to hold on to it. He's getting the kill. Smez coming in with the whole hog, and there's going to be Barcode with a beautiful pulse bomb onto Dell, taking down a support for Momentary, and Momentary has almost got this point captured, but it is going to be Evil Toaster who regains the fight and gets himself nano boosted with that Tesla cannon, just doing as much damage as he can, trying to go after that Ana. She misses her sleep guard, and she's got to fall back. Jake trying to protect her.
Pulsus has been the hero of this round so far. He managed to live so long just doing a Lucio wall climb, hanging around inside the middle. He kept that point flipping for so long that it allowed all the spawns to come back and reinforcements to come in, and seeing a nano boosted Winston just jump in and protect it at the last second. So kudos to them. They're playing around this Pulsus play very well. We have a sleeping Graviton Surge Reinhardt chilling out right in the middle in there. We saw Pulse Bomb go out, but didn't actually pick up anybody, whereas Jake gets a charge onto Hamsword. This is where we're starting to see Momentary start to get their feet back underneath of them. But Pulsus is still doing his happy dance, bouncing around all over this point, trying to keep this contestant. Meanwhile, we see Evil Toaster jumping in, going full on rage, but look, Pulsus is still alive on the point. He's getting finally bounced off of it, and he's going to see. Yeah, he's just got to try to retreat at this point, but Evil Toaster's going to jump back in to try to give him a pass back out. It's only Hero, Evil Toaster, and Pulsus on this point, but now we're seeing reinforcements come back in.
I'm not really sure. All these ultimates are coming out really randomly. Graviton Surge coming down from Hamsword, and that's going to be Zod with the Graviton Surge to pick up 2 more kills. Evil Toaster getting a nice land on the charge on the Plasma Snake, as they're going to finally pick up Mars, who switched on to the McCree to try to deal with Tracer and Genji. But man, this is definitely Tau showing us that they are not out of this fight just yet.
That's 90%. That means the fact that this is going to be the last team fight. 96%. Somebody just has to make it in and get to the point. Jake's trying to get in there, but you can see the fact that Lucio's trying to boop him off and manages to do it. Pulsus has been playing absolutely crazy this game.
Control center here on Lee Zhang Tower was Tao's moment to come back and say, no, no, no. You tried on us, but we're coming for you, and we're going to come swinging. You had a momentary ability to take the lead, but we're coming back.
Oh my god, bad pun is bad, but I'll still give you credit for it again. You really like casting Momentary, don't you? Just so you can make all the Momentary jokes.
I do. I just like making puns. Remember, bad puns are still puns, and that's why I love them.
All bad puns are bad, and all good puns are still bad. So all puns are just inherently good and bad at the same time. We'll go full on philosophical with pun memeing right now. But again, we're seeing Mars come back out with the Pharah that worked really effective for them last time. Keep in mind, we saw a really good play coming out from Momentary at this time. And look, Tau realized the fact that they remember the fact that we saw Pharah last time. They're coming back in, they're going through the white room over here. They're getting really good positioning, and it looks like Momentary is caught a little bit off guard by this. They weren't expecting it, and Evil Toaster is just stepping all the way through, but he manages to get hooked. Dante comes up with a big kill there on it. Pulsus is managing to survive, runs back out. This is going to be a full recruit. Just look at the kill feed going totally red right now. And Zod just has to run and try to stay alive at this point. He doesn't want to end up getting more staggered than this. And decides to jump in last second, realizing he was completely surrounded. That is going to be a really late death on them, as it's going to be probably 10 to 15, maybe even 20% before Tau can get their feet back under him after the spawns to come back in.
Yeah, this has been, this was definitely the dominant map for Momentary. They really just kind of walked away with this one absolutely completely without ever a chance of contesting. But it looks like it is going to be Tao who's going to have an opportunity to do that now this time. As they're coming into the white room, now all behind Evil Toaster. He comes charging in, and Zod's going to pick up a kill onto Jake. That's a good opener kill. Are they going to be able to hold on to it? Last pick is really, really low in the back line, but she is finally getting away. Mars ends up killing herself. Oh, just a little bit there. Dell getting a kill on the Evil Toaster, and Dante and Smez are now going to clean up the fight and stay with control, but I don't know. Barco coming in with Attack Visor, and Hero getting another kill. Are they going to be able to hold on to this one?
Yeah, and we're just seeing the fact that everybody on Momentary is just trying to get the kills that they can, keep this point in their favor. Jake manages to make it back in, get a couple of kills. Mars is now back on point. Evil Toaster is trying to get back into contest, but look, the percent is just still ticking up. Sure, these fights are going back and forth, but as long as it stays favorable and in control of Momentary, this is going to be their point, and they're just getting so much off of it. Evil Toaster manages to drop down. At this point, Tao has to retreat. 60%, that means that it's going to be maybe 75, 80%. That means if we get 1, 2 fights, the Tao now has to come in and get this. They have 0%. This is looking so favorable for Momentary right now.
Yeah, Tao momentarily had the opportunity to lead there, but Momentary is definitely doing a much better job of controlling this map. Mars being really, really effective on the Pharah. And look, there it is. 2 Gravitons. There's so much ultimates going down. Right now, it's hard to even know what's going on. Mars getting a kill. Nano boosted. Rocket Barrage on the Hamster. Jake getting 2 kills. One on the Barcode, and she is not going to be able to carry her team anymore. Hero gets taken out, and I think she fell off the map. Smez and Jake cleaning up. 97%. This is going in favor to Momentary. That is going to be the first game in this best of 3 series right now. We're going to King's Row to see if maybe Tao can do something to bring us to Ilios, or if it's going to be Momentary in control.
Oh, and we're going to see a Reinhardt just swinging away for this play of the game. We've seen so many great plays. I'm surprised we didn't see any Lucio boots come out of that. Nobody, don't worry, Jake. Nobody saw you just open that shield. It's okay. It's fine.
This
look
is
at
a
this.
great hammer where he's asking, where are the nails? Where are the nails? He just keeps hitting away and hits the heads every single time. Dante with 28 high energy kills there. Really well done for his team, but it's really interesting to see that Tao kind of swept the cards here, even though they lost. Lots of stuff happening.
It was so close, and I'm willing to bet that a whole bunch of that favor went into that round where they managed to get the win on. They were so dominant inside of this. Now, that being said, we're moving on to an entirely different vein than we've been going through. We've got to go to King's Row, see some hybrid maps, and see an entirely different play that's going on. But man, these guys are both bringing it in the finals. Both of these teams are just playing extraordinarily well. This is going to be really close to call. I don't know, just off the get-go, who I'm going to lean into for this point. It's King's Row. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be absolutely insane. You are 100% correct on that one, as we're quickly loading into King's Row, and it is going to be Evil Toaster and Tao in the blue, and it is going to be Plasma Snake, Mars, and Jake on Momentary in the red, and that means that it is going to be Momentary that's going to be attacking first.
Yeah, and we're seeing a couple the standardized picks that are coming out. Barcode's probably going to roll out with that soldier, as to be expected. We're seeing a little bit of baits on the other side. We're seeing Widowmaker, and we're also seeing Hanzo. We might see those for just a bit, just to kind of like get some vision on what's going on out here. But really, it's probably more likely trolling. I wouldn't expect for Dell to be running on Junkrat because, yeah, Bastion, no. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a Hanzo arrow come out to try to get vision and see what the comp looks like before switching off. Dante might go for a sneaky kill and then jump back in. That's just kind of the way that this works.
I mean, it could be an interesting pick, but I think that's going to be the troll self-kill in spawn. Hey, I'm playing Junkrat, ha 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 ha. Clearly he's going to switch now, but it is going to be an interesting pick to see. I think Mars and Plasma Steak may stay on that, but as I say that, we're going to see Plasma Steak kill herself on Pharah, and then I think she's going to switch back to the Anna to start this off. So, like you said, a little bit of caster trolling to start this map here. It is 15 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second map in our grand finals here. The first map went to Momentary in an amazing display of on Lijiang Tower, King of the Hill dominance over Tao, but now it's Tao's turn to maybe show us that they can change it up and stay in this to bring us to Ilios for the last tiebreaker.
Yeah, and we're seeing Momentary is just taking a very standard approach right now. They're just letting their tanks move forward. Jake's running the shield. But look how aggressive their positioning is. Evil Toaster backed off into this control area and just maintaining a nice choke right next to the statue. Whereas Jake is circling around, and that charge went super deep and didn't actually manage to pick up anybody. Jake managed to get bio-grenaded and gets instantly taken down. This is going to be chaos. All of the Reinhardt's are dead.
Smez, Dante, and Dell picking up the kills here for their team, and they are going to look like they're going to get at least the first checkpoint. And judging by the spawns and the far run speed and slow run speed of players, there is going to be no contest here from Tau, and they're just going to accept their loss of point A. Really well done by Momentary and their team to bring it up in the first one.
Sneaky pathing. We're seeing the fact that Tao's going for a very peculiar approach. Everybody's crouching. They're all like ninjas coming up over here. They're going to try to do a drop attack right off the get-go as this cart's coming in. They just can't show themselves. Is Lucio going to see them? Dell manages to spot him. Oh! Now they just got to drop in, and who are they going to pick off? This is really going to be chaos to jump in. Zod manages to pick up Dell right off the go, but look, everybody's returning back. We're seeing Smith out the whole hog, and the cart is starting to move due to this displacement. This might be horrendous for Tau.
Tau trying to go really sneaky. They get caught out, and then they have to drop down and fight in a really bad position. Barcode up in the top right. She's trying to get some kills, trying to do some damage now, but she's realizing she's going to have to fall back to her team, and there it is. They finally fall back. They don't give up too much ground, which is good, but it could potentially be dangerous as Mars is going to get the kick on the Evil Toaster. Pulses is going to counter back against Jake, but now there is no one contesting this payload whatsoever in the Streets phase, and it is not looking good.
And now it's going to come down to the fact that Momentary want to initiate inside of this without a Reinhardt, because they know the other team doesn't have a Reinhardt. And there's a big hook onto Hamsword, but he's got a whole bunch of support going back. Instantly going to get healed back up. Didn't get hit by our grenade, but we see a Graviton Surge now going out.
Barcode coming in with the with the Nano Boost attack visor, but she gets earth shattered right down to the ground, and it's completely gone. Evil Toaster saving that a little bit in the end, contesting it, but now it's time for Mars and her Nano Boost attack visor, and she's, well, not Nano Boost, but she's attack visoring a lot, and she's getting a couple kills there. She gets a kill on the Pulses, and now it is going to be Momentary to continually push this cart, and Barcode is all the way caught out. She's in the back line. She's got to try to get something, but she is now stuck out of position. She should just go die at this point.
Yeah, Barcode is going to end up with a very late stagger that's going to push him to this point. We see it get flipped over. 5 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. So that's going to force all of Tau to back up, trying to figure out how much leeway that they want to give here. Because this cart's going to make it around this first corner quite easily, and may make it even to the second corner if Tao's not careful. Looks like they're trying to go for some tricksy pathing again. No, they're just waiting for their Reinhardt to come back out. Evil Toaster's trying to get into position. They're going to come out. They're going to contest this really late, give up tons of real estate in this last phase. The Graviton Surge goes flying out.
Zod coming in with a whole hog, trying to get some kills out of that Graviton Surge, but it drops, and there was a sound barrier, so most of Momentary is protected, and only one falls thanks to Barcode. She gets the kill, but Dante and Plasmastake and Mars are going to be able to capture that and counter back. Now Jake gets himself nano boosted. He gets pushed back onto the point. He's trying to fight Hero away, and Evil Toaster is trying to protect his Ana, but it's not looking good as the rest of his team comes down. Evil Toaster tries to get the Earth Shatter down, but what an amazing block by Jake. Graviton Surge coming down from Dante, picking up 3 kills on the stairs, and then Mars using Tac Visor to get a kill on the Evil Toaster. Momentary just completely pushing this cart all the way in. Hamster tries to get onto the made to stall, but it's too little too late. Here, round 1, 4 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock.
That was just a crazy set of plays. We saw it all stemmed based off of that crazy little flank play that Tau wanted to go with. That I love the premise on it, but the moment they got spotted out by the Lucio, you could tell that they didn't know what to do. So they kind of committed, they kind of didn't commit, and then they were very far forward. There's a lot of risk in that play because whenever you go and you jump down like that, you end up being even if you get the kills, the defenders or attackers have such a close spawn, you have to immediately retreat out and get some defending location. And since that fight didn't necessarily go strong in their favor, they ended up with a very forward defense, got picked up, and from then on just couldn't get their feet back underneath of them. Momentary just kept pushing that cart and pushing that cart.
That sneaky play, I think what they really wanted to do was end up pushing them into the choke point and getting them from behind, but when they got spotted out by Lucio, they ended up fighting basically over point A. And that's not where you want to fight that because of the forward spawn advantage that the attackers had, Momentary had. Even if they lost one person, if you don't get a team wipe there, basically you're just going to lose the fight because you're going to lose one player, and it takes 30 seconds to run back versus Momentary's 5 seconds once the spawn happens. So, you know, you'll just slowly get outnumbered, and that's what really lost them that fight.
Now, that being said, I do love the tactic. I thought if they had just maybe a half second more before that Lucio got into position, we might have seen an entirely different game based on that. But, I mean, really, who expects a Lucio to come through that top window entrance after wall climbing all the way up? I sure as hell wouldn't expect it.
Well, so we'll see. Yeah, we're going to have to see how this happens, Matchroom, as Momentary is now on the defense, and they are running a pretty standard comp here. It's going to be a 3 tank, 2 support, and 1 DPS, which is going to be Mars on the soldier. Let's see if he can make it work for him.
Yeah, and we're just seeing the standard push in. Everybody's just kind of getting a feel for themselves. Everybody's doing a little dance around Dashi. But we get a big hook onto Hamsword, and he instantly goes down. Mars gets a pick onto Barcode at the exact same time. So that's going to be a full retreat coming back on.
Oh no, and Evil Toaster getting himself charged out by Jake in his attempt to retreat, and then getting killed by Smez. Wow. Momentary is really capitalizing on all of their great positions.
Momentary is coming to try to finish this game out right now. They're playing very aggressive. They're trying to get the picks. Now but at the same time, they're playing very controlled. Look how they're not overextending. They're just kind of playing in. Don't keep the shield up so that way it's fully charged. Everybody's just stepping around these line of sights that these buildings provide and statues provides. So that way they don't have to burn down any of their shields going into this, and they're just throwing out earth gems. And now finally Jake's going to throw it up and try to get some defense for his team.
Zod getting himself picked and then taken down by Mars. Dante getting a kill onto Evil Toaster. Momentary is holding on to this one. Barcode trying to do as much as she can to get some damage down range and pick up a support, but she gets Fire Strike down by Jake. So Mars is still holding on to point A with the opening picks really, really well. Smez doing a good job of grabbing those hooks.
But see, every second that they're losing right now is so valuable, given the fact that how hard that we saw Momentary push in. That we need to see something coming out of Team War right now. We see Raptors are good out, but look at that Earth Shatter just goes right into the shield. Jake manages to get the pick, but now it's just turning into absolute mania around this, and ults are going out everywhere. But it looks like it's going to come up favorable for Smeds and then Roadhog. He's going to sit on there, and Jake's got a really far forward defending position.
Barcode tried to drop a pulse bomb onto the support there in the backline, but Dante was quick to react with a shield and kept him alive, and that was the opening that Tao really needed to start that fight, and then it just turned terrible from there as Smez used his whole hog. But now it's going to be Zod who comes in with his whole hog. He gets canceled out by a hook from Smez. Barcode's going to pick up a kill, but Mars is popping. Tac Visor picking up 3 kills along with 1 from Jake with a beautiful charge onto Evil Toaster. Mars cleaning up Zod now. Only a minute and 42 seconds left. Barcode's the only one left alive, and she's just hiding and waiting for her team to regroup.
Yeah, but you have to start remembering the fact that we have so much closer of a spawn advantage for the attackers right now. Every single one of these kills means the fact that they can make it back, and they need to use this pressure. You can see right now Smebs is coming in, and that's going to be the final bit of reinforcements. But look at this really sneaky placement that Bell is playing at and Mars is playing at. Evil Toaster comes in swinging, but we see a nano-boosted Zarya going crazy.
Dante is just trying to laser down as many people as he can, and he is boosted, and it is working really well. He's putting the damage in, and Plasma Snake and Smez are just doing work and continuing to finish off the kills. It is going to be Smez that's going to take down Hamsword once again, and Dante taking down Pulsus. A minute left. Oh my god. Are we going to see Momentary completely wipe and completely sweep 2-0 in the grand finals here?
But it's all coming down to what Tao can do next. They have a couple of tools to work with. They have the Graviton Surge, they have the Pulse Bomb. They just need to link them together and make the plays with it. Because on the flip side of it, there's only aggressive plays. We see Graviton Surge go out and picks up Hero.
Zod picking up a kill on the Smith. So that support's down. Here comes the sword from Hammer. Hamsword comes in. Pulse Bomb coming down as well, picking up Dante. This is the opportunity that Tao needs to take control of this map. Mars coming in the end, trying to contest and do some damage. She's all alone. He's all alone on the point. And it is going to be Dell that gets taken down by Zod. Finally, Tao showing us that they are not out of this yet. They completely wipe the team and take over this point. Barca pushing up forward. She's trying to contest. She's trying to do a little thing, but she gets charged. Oh my god! But that was really close. She almost got herself killed. But here comes the master of the skies. It is Smez coming in out of nowhere with a whole hog with a transcendence on his back. They are contesting this in overtime, and they don't want to give it up. Momentary said, hold on, it's not over yet.
Yeah, I don't know if this is working in their favor for him. Right now, we're still seeing the fact that Tal is maintaining control at this point, but we do see a huge Tracer Bomb go out and hits onto the Zarya. This is going to be exactly what Momentary needed. They're coming back in. Jake managed to make it back to the point, same time as Evil Toaster, so now it's just going to be hammer swings for control at this point right now. And it looks like it might have flipped back over into Momentary's favor as there's just one person that's still alive. It's all on Barcode to dance around. Can Zod make it back in? And he doesn't. That's going to put the point for Momentary, and that's going to be the win for Momentary.
Wow, I thought it was going to be Tao bringing us into the streets phase, and that that transcendence with the whole hog at the end there saves it for their team. Momentary taking away this victory, holding completely on the first phase of King's Row, showing us a dominance display on King of the Hill, Lijiang Tower. They're going to win this 2-0, and here is the play of the game. It's going to be Dante to pick up 3 kills here at the end of their King's Row offensive push.
God, that's 100 energy Zarya just catching people right outside of spawn. And that's how the cart managed to push all the way in for the win there. But, oh my God, Rory, we had some great games today. I love casting with you. I want to give a shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you so much for sticking with us. You guys have been great. But we're going to pass it over to everybody that's at desk right now, which will be Meesk and Brask. Guys, give us a breakdown on what you guys saw and close us out for the day. You guys take it away.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our tournament here today, our Cal Open. That was one hell of finals. I mean, we saw some crazy plays come in on the form of Momentary. I mean, not to favor anyone over the other, but Dante was getting some crazy shields in there, really, really helping out the team.
Yeah, I basically saw exactly what I wanted to see from Dante. As far as a really high-skill Zarya player goes, he was saving people left and right. He was building up that energy like no tomorrow. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to Mars specifically on that last defense on King's Row. That guy was a rock. He was an absolute rock. He just stood up on the high ground on top of the bell tower there, or not all the way up, but just above the 200 health pack. And he never got down for anything. That's a lie. They briefly took the point. He jumped down to hold it, but he was always back up there as soon as he had the chance. Great job just posting up and not having anything move him out of his defensive position. Tao, very, very good effort by them. Couple of really crazy rounds that this did not work out for them on Lijiang Tower. And sort of kind of heartbreaking looking defense and attack for them on King's Row. They had their massive aggression plays that they didn't really push that time around and didn't work out for them. Sorry, maybe I'm thinking of RBG. They basically run the same lineups, but they could not push that first point. So the Ilios dream is dead, and our camera guy is a little bit upset about that, and I am too. But
well, we got Oasis, so
yeah, we did get Oasis. That was the treat of the day.
Overall, great tournament. I love coming in and watching this open, especially after a big patch like we just saw. It's always great to see people pulling out characters that we haven't seen in a while. I mean, we saw, we got to see some Mei, we got to see some Tracer, and, good amount of McCree showed up here and there in our King of the Hill matches, and that's always nice to see the return, if you will, of heroes like McCree. So always nice to come back after a nice patch, see what our metagame might be, becoming in the next few weeks, especially now. We don't have too much longer until this season is over. There's only a few more weeks left. So it'll be very interesting to see how our leaderboard turns out throughout the next few weeks.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting as far as the meta and the team still playing in the open and our personal rankings. But for now, that is all we have for the competitive Overwatch League Week 8. Congratulations to Momentary, the winners, absolutely shutting out Tao after what is a very long run for them. Shout out to everybody who worked with us today, all of our production crew, you, Meesk, our casters, Matrim and Wari, and a special shout out from Dell to Kiki. He wanted that in there, so we're giving it to him. And also thank you, Discord, for providing us with our Discord server, and Matcherino for funding our prize pool today. So Momentary. If they've never won a prize pool before, they are officially professionals. They are getting paid to play Overwatch.
And just last thing I wanted to say, guys, if you are a member of a team that was playing today in the open, or you plan on playing in the open with your team, we highly recommend that you guys make a Twitter, because we do like to shout out the Twitters of our teams that are here. So try to get on that. It'll definitely help out, especially if you want to get recognized by some bigger organizations. And with that, I got nothing else. If you have anything else to say, Brass.
Oh, we're good.
All right. Have a great evening, folks, and thanks for watching.